Yeah, the way that you got the chemistry between you and Melanie Laurent. I read that you rode roller coasters together.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever done that with a co-star before? Because it seemed like you really clicked.
Yeah, we did really get on. No, I mean, Mike just is very clever about the short time that we have to make the film. We had a 1 week's rehearsal with Christopher, and that part of the story, the father and son story, and then we had a week with Melanie and myself for the second part of the story. And Mike just is very clever about how we rehearsed,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't spend very much time looking at the script. We would look at one scene a day, and maybe we'd touch on reading a scene at the end of the day. But mainly it was kind of exercises and
hanging out,
and there's things that broke down barriers and made us feel closer together and able to portray this relationship, which I think we do very well on the screen.
I believed it. I really did. In fact, the whole thing felt so authentic that
Yeah.
it made me question my relationship with my parents and how they shaped me. Did you feel any sort of residual questioning of your own upbringing? I mean, both your parents are still alive.
Yeah.
But did it make you want to call them and say, "Mom, Dad, I love you," and
Yeah.
let's go do something? I mean, you rode motorcycles with your father, which
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
But did it?
Well, I do. I mean, I think it does. I think you can't, if you really truly connect with what you're doing, I think it has to make you consider all kinds of things. I mean, emotionally and in this film, you know, very much we were working in the story, the father and son story. We're working towards the moment where he passes away, and I'm sure that you can't play something like that without considering, you know, your own situation with your own father. And but it's so painful and difficult to think about that I really didn't linger on it for too long, and also I didn't need to. I mean, I didn't, because we Christopher and I were very. I was so fond of him, and I felt that we, you know, in the scenes we really felt like it felt very real. It felt like another reality or something. So that by the time we came to play the scenes at the end where he was very sick, and then when he does pass away, it was just genuinely upsetting to think about losing Hal, losing, you know, this dad, this other dad that I have in the film.
You know, it was his last day. I remember that day that we shot. Christopher was like in that bed all day, and by lunch, all the women were around him, sort of like petting his hands and his hair, like my assistant, Jennifer,
That's right.
Mathilde, and he was like, you know, the king in court, about to leave.
Ewan, is there any other character or person that you'd like to play, since you have done so many diverse things, from Obi-Wan Kenobi to the role in Trainspotting? I mean, you are so broad in terms of your resume. Is there a person that you'd still like to be that you haven't yet?
Yeah, and all of the work that I intend to do in the future, I'd like to be all of those guys. I don't really know who they are yet. You know, I'm not an actor who kind of produces my own work. I don't look for stories or books to turn into films, or at least I haven't done yet. And so I really rely on what comes along and what grabs my fancy when I'm reading scripts. You know, good stories and good characters, and hopefully there's many more to come. But I wouldn't really know who they are, what they are. I mean, I've never thought, oh, I'd really like to play a DJ or a snowboarder, or I mean, I don't know.
Right, definitely not James Bond.
I'm writing it right now, a snowboarding DJ.
Yeah, maybe that's our next piece. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Mike, after doing this very personal film, what do you think your next film will be?
I think even my last film, it's, you know, while I was adapting someone's book into a script, it was super personal. I was talking about me and my mom. I love talking about relationships and things that I know about or things that I'm processing, so it'll be something not too dissimilar.
Well, both of you are tremendous in the work that you've done, and I really enjoy Beginners. One of the most authentic films I've ever seen. I have to say that.
No, that's great.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Very much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.